back in. Bring it back in. All right. All right. Big step back. Step back. Step back. So, now we're going to transition from our offensive crackdown to our defensive crackdown. So these are two of my, crackdown is ultimately one of my favorite positions to be in, both offensively and defensively, right? I feel like I have a large repertoire. So when a guy shoots his high C, I'm going to show you guys how to use crackdown as a counter defense, right? Very important because it's going to transition into some bottom stuff that we're going to do for the next half. So he's here, he shoots his high C. I'm going to show you guys how to put yourself in a crackdown in a way that doesn't favor you, right? Guess who's making a comeback? Pac-Man. And let me tell you something. Pac-Man is important character, especially for this move, because if you forget Pac-Man on this move, you're going to realize why it was such a bad idea. Because the whole point is he wants to crack me down, right? And if he does that, I'm going to be scrambling, right? The point of putting myself in a crackdown is to get the little bit of the distance, the jump, on the position so that it favors me. How do I do that? Well, if he shoots a high C and I'm not going to sprawl, I want to what? My long-term goal is to what the corner?
Sit the corner.
Sit the corner. So if I'm going to sit the corner, I got to get as close to the corner as possible, right? And how do I do that? My foot needs to go out and close to his foot. That way I can pull from his armpit, his lat, and pull him down, right? Now, this is where Pac-Man comes in. I got Pac-Man here. His goal, guess what he's supposed to do? Block one thing.
Lock him up.
Lock the arm, because if I forget Pac-Man at home, I'm going to be hunched over him with my legs together, and he's going to take me to the cleaners, right? You're going to get slammed on your head. So I Pac-Man his elbow, pull his lat, and step big towards his foot. So look, block, step, pull, and sit my butt on the mat, right? Because now he cannot cut to two. So look, pull, and then chest wrap. And look, my foot is up in the air at first, right? And then I recalibrate and anchor myself. You'll see, where is his hips? They're down, right? We don't want them to stay there. We need to get him close. So the way that we do that is we got to channel our inner anaconda. Does anyone know what an anaconda eats? Anything. An anaconda eats anything. And how does it eat anything, guys? So it squeezes it, but did you guys actually know a fun fact about anacondas? That's actually the second thing it's doing. There's something it's doing when it's wrapped around someone. What is it? Not biting.
They don't have that.
Anyone know?
Constrictors.
So what he does is when he wraps around the rib cage, the first thing that an anaconda does is listens. It's wrapped around the rib cage because it's listening to you take your breath, and when you take that breath and it goes out, he squeezes a little bit. And then he waits for you to go again. You heard that? Where's his butt now? In the air, right? That's the point of a chest wrap and an anaconda. I see how I got my elbows? They're not out wide. Look, they come tight to his body. I take my lock and I lock it, butterfly lock, and I go thumb in his ribs and his stomach and his chest, a place that makes it uncomfortable, because I want him to bring his butt up. And if it's not tight, it's not going to bring his butt up to alleviate the pressure, right? The goal of bringing his butt up with my leg split is to take my heel and step behind his kneecap, right? And from there, I pull it to me. I want to be in this position because I could squeeze and I scoot out a little bit, right? From here, watch what I do. I have two options. I could sit the corner entirely, or I could hit a roll through to my cradle. The way I do that is this. Once my foot brings his knee here, I'm gonna take my other foot and we're gonna run a three-legged race. We're gonna send my ankle back down to his ankle like we're tied up, and watch. You see this guy is strong, structural integrity. When I walk his hip out, you see how he buckles? This isn't fun, right? And once he buckles, I'm gonna post my hand on the mat and scoop my butt out. Post my hand on the mat, scoop my butt out. And once I'm on a good enough angle, I pull my hand out and I come on top, right? This is important because we're gonna transition to our top work from here. And I was so good on top, partly because, yes, mechanics matter, but because I wasted no time. And as soon as I sat the corner here and I'm on top, what can I get to right now?
Sure.
See that? Now, he was just about to score. Now guess what's about to happen to him? Look at that. This is tight. His foot is off the mat, and I'm already working on top, right? Transition. So, this is really important that you guys get this. Big guys, crackdown works enormously well, especially sit the corner. You guys got a lot of weight to put on him. Favors you. So when he's here, I step, block, pull, chest wrap, right? When I'm here, I pull him up, anchor his knee, pull it to me. Ankle to ankle, knee him in the butt, walk the hip out. I could either sit or I hit my reach in cradle. How do I reach in cradle? I go from chest wrap to watch. I keep this arm here, my left arm, same side as my leg, comes out and comes around his leg and locks in the crotch, right? And from here, all I'm gonna do is throw him back to his hip and go Monsters, Inc. You guys ever seen Monsters, Inc?
Yeah.
Twins on a bunk bed?
Oh.
Watch what I do. I bring him back and sit him to his hip. Ready? Look, back. Hip. Here, twins on a bunk bed. R. Why do I want to do that? Because if I stay locked in here, guess what he's going to be able to do? Roll my leg through, grab this leg, and pass it backwards. And now we're back in a scramble. When you roll all the way through, you have to come here, get your hands out, and then pack them up, cradle. So, you got 2 crackdowns to play with. Any questions about sitting out or
Coach, will you run through the cradle one more time? I'm watching this back.
Yeah, no
You don't have to go. You don't have to break it down. Just do it. I'll watch.
Here, you sit to the butt, chest wrap, and to be honest, guys, when you get really good at scrambling, you start to see the scramble through the world of cradles. How can I get to a cradle? How can I threaten the cradle? Right? That's a School of Aspen type of scrambling. So I'm here, I go here, I pull this in, and look, if he hangs his head too, like if his head starts like it's too separated from my hip, I could cradle him here if I want and lock. But for this one, I want you guys to just focus on chest wrap, bring this in. The most important thing is ankle to ankle and walk the hip out, because that breaks the integrity of his strength. The more I bring this out, it's easier for me to come, clutch lock, roll through, scare, twins on a bunk bed. I need to see the R. And then pack them up, cradle. Get it.
Beautiful.
Questions, guys? Playing around in our crackdown. Ready? 1, 2.
Okay.